Invite a Budget Blinds style consultant to show you how to transform your rooms just by changing your window coverings. Canada's #1 choice for window coverings. Visit budgetblinds.ca today.
This joins us on our desk for our first look at sports. Now, after a not-so-good showing in Wainwright, Chris Molly is looking to bounce back in Onion Lake.
You know what? On night 2, he wasn't bad, or night 1, that is. He finished in second place, but on night 2, he stormed right back and stole the show. We'll go, here it is, 8 heat. Chris Molly off the 2-barrel in the red shirt, and a great start for him as he jumps out and grabs the rail. Now, they will head into the third corner as Molly was a full wagon and a half over Curtis Morin. You'll see him come down the stretch. Molly was untouchable, and no one would catch him, taking the day money with the fastest time of the night, 1:15.53, and by that, he set a new track record. And taking a look at the day 2 results, Chris Molly with a second half lead over second place BJ Carey. Right after him, look at this, Ray Mitswing, Lane Bremner, and Wayne Knight, all within 4/10 of each other. Now looking at the aggregate totals, Chris Molly vaults his way to first with a solid lead. Mitswing is in second. Carey just behind, sitting in third place. Laboucane and Bremner round out the top 5. And let's send it back to Onion Lake and talk to the man who's lighting it up on the track.
I see the boys are coming back in form, and after last weekend we had nothing but, I guess you could say, technical difficulties, but they're back at her, so which is good. Everything they loaded perfect. It was Eric had me set up perfect, and it was just picture perfect. Couldn't ask for anything better, and they ran their hearts out for me.
Now, to a sport that doesn't get that much recognition here in this area. Cycling has been more of a recreation, but for one athlete from Vermilion, she's made it her job, setting her sights on the Olympics.
I think it's a little bit more surprising for my team or maybe other people. A lot that I've got this year is who is this, or where'd you come from? And so it's kind of fun to build my reputation, I guess, with a strong start.
For former triathlete Allison Jackson, her switch to full-time cycling has been a good one. Turning professional and training in California for Team 2016 has seen her blossom into one of the top riders.
Cycling, you really see success when you have a strong team, and all before now, I've always been on my own individually racing. So once to finally get a strong team to support me, I think the success part or winning races was already there.
In just her rookie year, Allison has had several race victories this season, and it shouldn't come as a surprise why she's seen instant success.
Motor pacing on the farm.
Using the prairie elements to train and finding advantages in them.
Some of our races we do race on gravel actually, so I have a bit of an advantage when I do choose to ride on the gravel roads here a little bit. But out here we don't have mountains. That is a disadvantage, but what we do have here is wind, and sometimes the mental toughness that you get by staying out in the wind and the headwind and really persisting is the same kind of mentality you need for climbing or time trials.
Even Cycling Canada started to take notice of the 26-year-old.
Right now I'm in the greater pool of maybe 14 female Canadian athletes that are in the first stage of selection for the Olympic Games. It really will depend, what my performance is for the remainder of the year or World Championships.
And accomplishing those dreams don't seem lofty for Allison, drawing inspiration from a former Olympic gold medalist who hails from the same town.
From Vermilion, Alberta, Becky Scott.
She's absolutely an inspiration for, from where she came from, a similar place to me, and to get where she was. I haven't personally connected with her yet, but I think that would be great.
Now, Allison is in St. George's, Quebec for her first Canadian National Championship. If she wins the time trials there, that'll put her one step closer to reaching the Olympics. So best of luck. We're almost at the halfway point of the CPCA SIGA Pro Tour schedule, and there have been 2 men leading the way since the season kicked off. One of them, Jamie Laboucane, who's won the last 2 shows and looks to continue his winning ways in Onion Lake ahead of the Calgary Stampede next week. Brett Morton caught up with Laboucane in this week's edition of Inside the CPCA.
Well, I didn't really know what to expect year to year. You just planned to always come in and win everything, but I haven't won everything, but I've had a good start, and yeah, more than happy with how my season's progressed so far.
In the off-season, Jamie's father, Brian, retired, and that has helped Jamie coming into this season.
About the only difference, I guess, would be is that just getting more depth in my barn, got some new ones going the last few years, and worked some of the old ones that I got bought off my dad at the end of the year, and got a new right leader going in the spring here that was really sparking my outfits. So
Laboucane says having his dad by his side is something that helps him be a better driver.
oh, it's huge. I mean, he's just a steady rock. He's been in these situations time and time and again, and you know, just it's helpful to listen to his advice and the hints along the way. And
Jamie grew up with the sport and wouldn't be doing anything different.
Started out riding when I was 15 years old. And, Dad asked me if I wanted to drive, and I did. And you know, it's one thing about the sport. It's a lot of work, and you really got to want to do it. And I did, and I still do. And I love the sport, and you know, it's a pretty special part of my life.
Although Jamie has been off to a good start, he has his sights set on higher things.
This year, I mean, I had a pretty good year last year. I won, you know, a couple of major dashes and stuff, but I never made it into the finals. And this year I had expectations with the horses that I have to make it into that final dash and hopefully make a good run at Calgary. So, you know, I got the horsepower to do it. Hopefully I can, like I always say, I hope that I can keep the horses sound, and we'll see what happens come the end of the season.
Brett Morton, Newcap Sports.
Inside the CPCA, the view from the barns, the wagon box, and from the track. Be part of the action.
Turning our attention to baseball now, a pair of local teams in the NSRBL were at home. You had the Lloydminster Twins taking on the St. Walburg Reds and the Midwest Expos hosting the Macklin Lakers. And we'll start off at the Legion with those Twins. Lloydminster in full control, up 5-0 after 3. They had 2 more. You'll see this one trot home in the 6th. 7-0 would be the final. Steve Barber with 8 strikeouts in 5 innings of work. A big win for the team as they look to catch Meadow Lake in the standings.
Meadow Lake is their primary focus right now. It's going to be basically the biggest game of the season. We really need to win that one because that'll put us ahead 2-1 in that series with Meadow Lake. So if it does come to a tiebreaker, then we'd have that upper hand.
Now over at Wallace Field, the Midwest Expos built up a 6-0 lead after 3 with Joey Sugar chipping in with a home run. Here he brings in another run with a single, but Macklin proved to be too much. Lakers put up 18 runs starting in the 4th to mercy of the Expos. 18-8 was the final.